Welcome to today's Pilates session. We are going to be working on a short Pilates session that you can do whilst you're away, whilst you're on holiday. And this session is ideal for those intermediates. So it's going to have some progressive moves in there, some challenging moves. So if anything you struggle with, obviously take the first option as the easy option. And again, if you need to rest anytime you feel comfortable with. We'll offer progressions as we go along. So option 1 is always going to be the easy option, and option 2 is going to be the progressive for the intermediate levels. So let's get underway for our holiday Pilates session. So we are going to start, whether you are on the beach, in the park, wherever you may be located, in your room, in your villa. We are going to start with ourselves standing in an upright position, nice and tall, feet evenly balanced, so you've got a nice distribution of weight. And you're going to soak in the sun, you're going to soak in that heat, and you're going to roll the shoulders back and taking an inhale, taking an exhale. Letting those shoulders release. Softening through those joints, your knees are soft, your elbows relaxed, fingertips nice and loose. And then just allowing the head to drop to begin with so you can relax the neck. And we're going to roll that head from side to side. And then we're going to open up the body from there. So as you bring your head back to the center, we can now start to open up and extend and reach and come back down. Raise high, release and drop. Go once more and then straight rolling down from there. So dropping your head and rolling your way down to the mat. And just releasing the tension from your back. Tucking the head down between the shoulders, rolling down and then inhaling, breathing yourself out as you exhale your way up, going straight down again. And a lot of these moves that we're going to do are going to flow from one position to the other. So it's going to be very limited resting position. So it's going to have a little bit of a cardiovascular feel to it. Again, if you do struggle, the first option will be to take breaks and to take rests between each of the moves. And the progression is, of course, just to flow from one to the other. So from this last roll down now, we're down on the mat. And we are going to just take our hands about 2 to 3 paces in front. And we are going to sink our head. Lengthen our legs by lifting our heels. So we're now in a downward dog hold. Pressing your heels down, lengthen your legs, raise your heels up, press. Going to go another 3 times. Inhale, raise. Exhale, press. And then after you've done those 3, we're going to work one at a time. Raise one heel, press the other heel down, switch. If your shoulders get tight, you're going to lower yourself down, you're going to rest and come back when you're ready. And then from there, we hold the downward dog, we press the heels down, we drop the head, and then we come down into box position. So we are now on our hands and knees. Once we're in our box, we're going to sit back into a child's pose to take the strain off and then drop your head and sink, stretching your arms. Come back into box, and now we're going to release a little bit from the back. We're going to strengthen that lumbar region. So we're going to start to drop those thighs down, dropping the hips, raising the head. Work through the spine and lift and hold. come back, drop into a child's pose, return from your box, and then start to drop and raise and lift, extend through the spine, come back. As we go once more from there, and we drop, and we raise, and we hold, and we breathe. So when we come back from that child's pose now, we're then going to change our position. So we're going to now move from box to kneeling position, bringing your left leg forward. As you hold a lunge position then, just bringing that foot, that left foot, just slightly ahead of the knee there, so your knee's always protected. And if you need some support, you might want to place a towel, something that can add some cushioning to that right knee, if that knee is feeling a little bit fragile. From here, let's take our hands to that thigh, and then let's stretch forward. Keep the chest up and stretch as far as you can feel comfortable in going. You can open up your hip. And then as you come back, we're going to change. We're going to sit back, and we're going to change that left leg. Just sit back, raising those toes, strengthening through the hamstrings there. You can feel a long stretch through the back of that leg. Going to come back up. Going to come back in position, stretch through that hip. Might feel it a bit in the glutes as well if those glutes are tight. Let's come back. Bring your hands down just to help you balance. Come back up. We'll go one last time. Let's stretch forward there. And then exhale as we come back down. And then we'll get ready to change. So we come back up. And then we plant our hands down. We take the leg back. We return and we switch legs. Again, you might need to place something underneath that left knee this time. Take that right foot forward. And then open up on this side. And from there, come back. And from there, let's return. Let's come back up again and stretch forward. And return. And return. And let's go. Reaching. And return one last time to come back. Sit back into that hamstring. And then as you return, we come back, we bring ourselves into that box. From that box, let's roll and release. And then we'll get ready to change position. So let's now go from our box and then move to a seated position now, sitting yourself up. And beginning with your legs, starting them about hip width apart, sitting tall, inhaling to begin, breathing out to drop into a spine stretch, sink your head down all the way. Then as you make your way up, lengthen your spine, arms will go wide, let shoulders drop slightly, and then into the saw position from here. Take your legs shoulder width and just bring your left arm over towards the right foot. Sink your head down. And let's keep going from there for about four on each side, of course, 8 in total. Inhale, come up, breathe out. And then once we've done 4 each side, we're then going to come back into that spine stretch. So bringing the legs in and reaching forward. Drop and release, lengthen yourself up. And now as you take yourself to the front of the mat, we'll get ready to roll down onto our back. So we are lengthening through that spine. Really good movement to go to if you've just arrived on your holiday, you've come off the plane and the back is feeling a little stiff and being in that position. Ease yourself gently down onto that mat. And then once we're down, let's go semi-supine position. Arms by the side, straight into bridge. Inhale from the floor. Breathe out and raise. Hold and release. Now we'll take our legs. We're going to go with either an option 1 position there with those legs in tabletop. Let's start with option 1. Raise your arms. Let's engage the abdominals. Bringing your head and shoulders away from the mat. Hollow in the tummy. Come back down. Ready to return back to bridge. Straight into the move. And then we'll go through option 2. So stick with option 1 if you wish with your bent knees, or we can go with that second option, extended legs. Raise and reach, come back down, let everything lower at the same pace. Raise again, we'll go one last time, taking one of those 2 options we've just did, and raising, and lifting and breathing out. Coming back down. And then we're going to roll back up. Now, if you need assistance, you can take a resistance band, you can take a towel, wrap it around your feet if you need help in rolling up. As we make our way up, rolling that spine. Sitting tall, going back to where we were by dropping first of all into that spine stretch. Getting ready to come back up into our position of the saw. Come back. And then once again, we're going to do 4 on each side. And then once we've done those 4, we're going to lengthen our spine. We're going to come back up. We're then ready to roll back down onto that mat. So let's make our way down. Constantly moving, going from one position straight into the other. As we come down onto our back, before we move, let's take those knees and feet together, arms wide. Drop slowly from side to side. Just giving the hips a chance to loosen up. Working through, loosening through the lower part of the back as well. And then let's turn over onto your right. Position yourself, extending your left leg level with your hip. Hold yourself steady. Inhale, leg forward. Exhale, leg back. Inhale, raise leg high. Exhale, come down. Let's follow through both movements there. Side kick, leg raise. Working through the hips, working through the legs. Want to feel good for the holiday. You want to feel strong. You want to be able to go on the beach and just have that confidence in the body. So just making those muscles stronger, feeling taller, feeling a little bit leaner as well by going through these moves. And then after that left leg starts to get tired, we'll just go once more. And before we change, let's go over to the back. Roll yourself over onto your back. From your back, let's return to our position of option 1 of tabletop, option 2 is straight legs. This time, adjusting slightly, we're going to lower the legs and the arms, bring everything down. Just keep them off the floor. See if we can go through all 5 repetitions without the feet or the arms touching the mats. Now that's 2. Let's go for that 3rd one. Keep the breathing under control. That will keep you going. Going once more. And then ease yourself down. Arms down, bring your knees in and hug. And then we shall change. We shall roll over onto the other side. And as you come into position, extending that right leg, and inhale forward, exhale back, inhale, raise, come back down. Just a couple more times, then we're going to go back into that abdominal exercise. And then let's return. Let's come back. Let's roll back over onto the back. And again, take our legs to our appropriate position. Arms extended. And again, let's go for that extra 5 once more. Inhale, reach, breathe out, down. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. No rushing, take your time. Make sure you hold for a good few seconds. Coming down after that 5th. And then as we get ready to conclude, we are ready to roll up. So if your abdominals are still feeling okay, you should be all right. You may struggle because the abdominals may be getting tired. If they do, just sit yourself up. And then let's roll our way back up. Just drop into that spine stretch. Lengthen your spine, arms wide. Let's just do a few more saws from there. Again, let's do 4 on each side. Aiming to cut off your small toe with your small finger, but let that head drop all the way into the shoulder. From that, let's bring those legs in. Let's take those knees up and just hold and hug. And then as we get ready to make our way up, if you wish, you can just stand up or we can turn over, come back into our box, roll the back, roll the spine, straighten the back, lift to a downward dog hold. Heels down, legs long. Let's walk our hands back towards our feet. And then start to roll ourselves back up, standing tall, shoulders back. Give them a little gentle roll. Take a nice deep inhale to finish, breathing out to release. And then you are fresh, re-energized, and ready to go, whether you're on holiday or whether you are at home. Thanks for joining me for today. Take care of yourself, stay in good health, and I will see you soon.